What if the greatest treasure in the world wasn't something you could hold in your hands, but something you could give away? So today, we're going to dive into a beautiful Bengali fable about a young boy, a magical bird, and a really powerful message about what it truly means to be wealthy. So right off the bat, this story makes you think about a huge question. What is true wealth? I mean, we usually think of gold, money, things like that, right? But is that really all there is to it? Let's keep that question in the back of our minds as we get into this. All right, so our story kicks off with a character who is said to have a heart of gold. Let's meet the young boy at the very center of it all, Rahul. Okay, so picture this, a small, pretty humble village. It's nothing fancy, but it's home. And this is where we find Rahul, a boy whose life is simple, but whose character is anything but. So this is what's so interesting about Rahul, right? On one hand, he was very poor. He didn't have much at all in terms of money or things, but on the other hand, the story tells us his heart was like gold. And this wasn't just a nice phrase, he lived it. He was always helping his mom, and he had this daily habit of giving seeds to the birds. Think about that. Even when he had very little for himself, he still found something to give. That's our first big clue about what this story thinks real wealth is. So, Rahul's living this quiet life, just being kind day in and day out. But that's all about to change because of one chance encounter. This next part of the story really hinges on a single, powerful act of compassion. So one day, Rahul's out near the forest, and he stumbles upon this tiny, helpless bird with a broken wing. Now, this is a moment where most people might just feel sad and walk away. But for Rahul, it becomes this defining choice, and it's all driven by a really powerful feeling. And what he feels in that moment, well, there's this amazing word for it in Bengali, Maya. This isn't just about feeling sorry for something. It goes way deeper. It's this profound gut-level empathy. You know, that feeling of connection to someone else's pain that doesn't just make you sad, it actually forces you to do something about it. It's the engine behind his kindness. And that feeling, that Maya, it kicks in immediately. He doesn't even think twice. He doesn't just walk away. He gently picks up the bird, takes it home, cleans its wound, and makes sure it has food and a safe place to rest. He really commits to helping it get better. Okay, this is where the story takes a turn from the everyday into something, well, something magical. This simple act of kindness is about to unlock something incredible. And sure enough, because Rahul took such good care of it, the little bird makes a full recovery. Its wing heals up, it's strong again, and it looks like it's ready to fly. A perfect happy ending, right? Well, not so fast. The story is definitely not over yet. But what happened next? This is the moment where things go from ordinary to absolutely magical. Out of nowhere, in this incredible, brilliant flash of light, the small, ordinary bird that Rahul had rescued, it just transforms right there in front of him. It becomes this magnificent, shining, golden bird, like something straight out of a fairy tale. So, you can imagine, this changes everything. We're now at the absolute heart of the story, where Rahul's heart of gold is about to be put to the ultimate test. And then the golden bird actually speaks to him. It acknowledges his kindness and makes him this unbelievable offer. It basically says, Rahul, you are a good person. For what you did, I can give you anything you want. I can give you wealth.
And this is the moment that defines everything. Faced with the ultimate temptation. He's poor, remember. He could ask for anything. Rahul reveals what he truly values. He says, I don't want wealth for myself. I just want my mother to never have to struggle and for everyone in my village to be happy. It's a completely selfless wish.
And the bird's response just hits the nail on the head. It confirms the whole point of the story, telling him, your heart is the greatest wealth. He already had the true wealth we asked about from the very beginning. But hey, the story isn't just about a nice feeling. That wish, it has real, tangible consequences. The bird grants it, and we see how his kindness literally transforms his entire world. And check out this ripple effect. His selfless wish just spreads outwards. Suddenly, the village crops start growing like never before. Nobody goes hungry anymore. The whole community starts to thrive, all because of one boy's compassion. And you know, this also paves the way for his own future. See, Rahul's reward wasn't some chest full of gold coins. It was a life filled with purpose. He did great in his studies and grew up to become this amazing, beloved teacher, sharing that same kindness and wisdom with a whole new generation. His wealth became the well-being of his community.
And that brings us to the story's big takeaway, right? If you have a good heart, life becomes beautiful on its own. The story suggests that maybe material wealth isn't the goal, but a natural result of a community built on kindness. So when we go back to that first question, what is true wealth? This fable has a pretty clear answer. It isn't what you have, it's what you give.